channel where I'm already trying to stream live. It's connecting. And please, if you watch videos on my YouTube, kindly drop comments. I see a few people doing that. I appreciate that. You can drop comments. You can share the videos. You know, those activities actually triggers the YouTube algorithm so that it can show those videos to more people who can benefit more from it. Okay, I'm live on YouTube now, so I'm trying to set the volume so that it does not, you know, distract our class. All right, so that is done. Okay, so then we should be able to roll from here. Okay, the person that chatted me up, somebody chatted me up from one of the WhatsApp groups. Let me just quickly attend to that person. Okay, so I've attended to that person. That's oh, the name is No Violence. Okay, I hope we are safe. Okay, I think we should be able to move on from here with our analysis. All right, so we're on, we're live. So let's get started. I've seen so many comments. All right, thank you, Bamdele. Yes, it's a good thing I had to just give that clarification. Thank you, Mr. John Agon. Thanks. Olubodo, I mean, Jami is asking, please, the money we make in Forex, where does it come from? Okay, it's not coming from, let me use a quote, maybe, I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to, you know, merge religious things there. It's not coming from heaven, in quotes, you know, though it's from God. Let me put it that way. There's nothing illegal about Forex trading. It's just the buying and selling of currency. It's just like you go to meet a bookie, you know, maybe you know a place where you can sell dollar at a very high rate now. You now go to Allen. I live in Lagos. I don't know where you live. You know, all these are Abuki. Abuki means friends, but you know, they're the ones that sell dollar to us now. So you now go to meet the Abuki and you're able to imagine if you're able to get dollar currently as we are speaking. You make a lot of money. So if you can get somebody that will sell you dollar very cheap, maybe outside Lagos, maybe it's cheaper there. You can get it for 1.3, even for 1,004. You are okay. You don't go to another location where you can sell it high. See, basically all we're doing in forex trading is that we're buying low to sell high. So you get it somewhere for let's even say 1,300 naira, and you come to Lagos, you can sell for like almost 1.6. I still exchanged USDT last week for 1,005, then 590 or so. So it's still approximately like 1,600 naira. So you got it for 1.3, you sell for 1.6. That's 300 naira per dollar. You now do that for $10. That's, you know, about 3,000 naira. You now do that for $1,000. You made 300K. That's how money is made. That's the physical side. The digital is not doing it online. We now look for opportunity to buy it when it is low and sell it when it is high. Now, not only for dollar this time around, but for different currencies. So you are trading with the money in your account to make that profit. So it's not as if maybe where is the money coming from? It's the profit. You are trading the fluctuation of the exchange rate. You buy when it is low, you sell when it is high, you make profit, you withdraw. Very cool money, very, very real, and very, very legitimate. So I believe that person may be new to forex trading. You are welcome on our platform. This is PU Prime, and we have 2 offices in Nigeria. We have our head office in Abuja at 50 AB2 Okiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja, and we have our Lagos office that's at 54B Adeni Jones Avenue, Ikeja. So if you live around Abuja and its environment, or Lagos and its environment, you want to see us, you are very much welcome at our office. And at our offices, we hold physical training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, like today now, we're all beginners class. So Olubodu, if you live around Abuja or live around Lagos, I want you to locate our offices. If you can go there today, there will be a beginners class for new people who are very new to forex trading, who want to get a foundation on how this business works. You can walk to any of our offices at those 2 locations and you can get trained for free. We don't charge for our training. And on other days of the week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we have our online classes where, you know, for those who are not in Lagos or Abuja, it's a global market now. People are from different locations. So we use our Zoom classes to reach out to people who cannot attend our physical classes. And on Mondays to Fridays by 7 a.m., just like this, we have our money market analysis where we give you the outlook of what is to happen in the market, the kind of currency pays to buy or sell to make profit. And also we do that same Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. I tell you, you will hardly find a broker that gives all this kind of, products to to their clients. What I'm trying to say is that we're very unique. We're passionate about our clients making money. I will assist you in every possible way, giving you the best education and the best platform to make this a reality. Okay, so let's run to the class now. So I think I've responded to Olubodun Jamiu. Is there any other person? Bamidele Samson Adetiloye, I watched your channel on weekly analysis this morning. Thank you very much for that, Bamidele. I really appreciate that. Yes, Ojonego, Baba tell you, Wopi Prime is a place to be. Exactly. We are the only broker in town. Let me tell you the truth. That is just the truth. So if you're not having an account with us yet, just go right now to our website, www.puprime.com. Open a live account. Now, all the things we're passing across on this platform, they are very, very real. They can be traded with real money. So if you're there, you're trading with a demo. Enough of the practice. Start earning real money. The economy of Nigeria is not waiting for your demo. Your bills are not waiting for demo. Your bills wait for real money. Somebody was chatting me up in one of the groups yesterday. I dropped the weekly outlook and it was asking a question about gold. I gave him updates. Between yesterday and today, gold has done 85 pips. Please, how much of that pips have you made? 85 pips with 0.01 lot is $8.05. $8.05 now in the market is over 10K. And if you trade on 0.1 lot, that's $85. $85 now is close to about 100,000 naira just within yesterday and today. So don't sit on these classes. Take action. The best way to take action is to have a live account with us, fund that account, and start trading with all the tips we're giving on this platform. Bamidele, I always get notifications and watch as well on YouTube channel. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. All right, so let's roll into what we have today. So today is Tuesday, the 19th of March 2024. And we want to quickly look at the fundamental analysis. Then we'll go to the technicals, to see which instruments are really ripe for trading today. Then you talk about, I have a live account, but I'm fed up. Why are you fed up? People are making money. If you're not, maybe you can chat me privately and let's see, what's maybe what you are doing wrong or what you're not doing, or any way we can really, cancel you to become profitable. People are making money, right? With our services. My $200 is now $149. Okay, let me tell you one truth. There's still hope. You understand? There's hope. You're only down by about $51. You can build it back up. Chat me up privately. The WhatsApp number with which I dropped the link to your group. Just chat me privately in that WhatsApp. I'll be able to give you some guide on what to do to become a profitable trader. All right, let's start. So today we have the major events we have today is from Canada. Overnight, we already had some events, from Australia. Thank you, Shade's FX. Thank you. So I really get a little distracted responding to everybody, but let's roll now. So the main event today is from Canada. Overnight, Australia cash rates, RBA statements, all those events already took place. And we have BOJ press statement, press conference, rather, that's Bank of Japan, and that is still tentative, meaning there is no specific time. It will happen anytime. But the one that is fixed and we are sure of today is, Canada CAD by 1:30 p.m. 4 events from Canada, and they are all CPI related. So I'll click on the details so that we can, have an understanding of what CPI is all about. So CPI measures the change in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, and actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. Just like what is happening in Nigeria at this period when our inflation is on the high side. So CPI could be used. The government could gather the data, know the change in the prices. How much was the price of this commodity in January? How much is it now? So when they get the data, so they use that data to make to make economic decisions. So if the price is high, what can the government do, to alleviate the situation? Like I heard currently that that the borders are now being opened, for food items to come in. That's a good initiative from our government. But here we're looking at Canada. Canada is looking at its CPI, how they can look at, the changes in the price of goods and commodities, and how the government can use that data to make life a lot easier for its people. So this data will be released by 1:30 p.m. And the other ones are variations of the CPI. Because of time, I will not go into all of them, but they are all CPI related. And we said that actual, from what we look here, actual greater than forecast is good for the currency, meaning that the forecast is 0.6%. If the actual that will be released by 1:30 is above 0.6%, that is 0.7% and upwards, it means we are going to buy the Canadian dollar. And if the actual is less than the forecast, that is below 0.6, that is 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, and the likes, we'll be looking at selling the Canadian dollar in that instance. And there are many instruments that contain the Canadian dollar, but two major instruments contain the Canadian dollar as its base currency, because in the currency pair quotation, we look at the base and the quote. So the CADJPY and the CADCHF, there are two currency pairs where the Canadian dollar is the base currency. Now, there are many other instruments where the Canadian dollar is a quote currency, like the GBPCAD, EuroCAD, I think GBPCAD, EuroCAD, New Zealand CAD, AUDCHF, and so on like that. So generally, actual greater than forecast will buy CAD, actual less than forecast will sell CAD. But then we'll go to the technicals to look at the specific instrument that will most likely react, to this news. So because there are multiple events coming up at the same time, we'll be focusing a lot on the colors for events happening simultaneously. If they all come out as green, green, green all through, just like I've shown, with the color there, we'll be looking to buy. That means there will be a lot of volatility. That is, the market will move very strongly in the bullish direction if they all come out as actual greater than forecast, or they come out all as green, 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 green. Don't forget, they are all high impact events, except the last one, which is medium impact. And that medium impact definitely with about 3 high impact is as good as a high impact on its own. So when you have all green, we'll be looking to buy the Canadian dollar. And if on the other side, they all come out to be red, 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 we'll be looking to sell, the Canadian dollar. Now, it should also be noted that CPI generally is one of the major economic indicators. So volatility is expected, even if the event had only been the first one alone, which is the CPI monthly. Volatility is expected. How much more when you now have, 4 events happening simultaneously? So a lot of volatility, is to be expected in this event. And it should also be noted that CPI may not really depend on technicals. If it depends on if it comes out in line with the technicals, it's just an added, advantage. In the real sense, CPI may not really depend on the technicals. I'm saying this so that in case if it is a green, 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 just buy. And if it's a red, red, red all through, just sell. It can go in any of those directions. So that being said, now I'm going to flip over now to my MetaTrader, and we'll look at the technical setup for this event. Okay, sorry, before I flip over, what if some of them come out green and some come out, red? That means in such instance, for the benefit of those who are new, what I mean is this: what if some come out as red and some come out as green? In that case, there is going to be a spike. There will be a simultaneous buying and selling. In such instance, kindly stay out, because except you after waiting for like some 5 minutes and the market now gets clarity, fine, you may enter in that direction. But in such instance, when there's a spike, it's advisable to stay out, because it means the market will just be doing a range, a buying and selling simultaneously, which sometimes is not ideal, because it could just take you out. Your stop loss could easily get hit. Any direction you take, you may just get hit. Another scenario that is possible is to have maybe some green and some black. Now, we hardly talk about the black scenario where actual is equal to forecast. If you have some green and maybe one or two black, there's still no problem. It's and when actual is equal to forecast and there's an underlying sentiment, market will still go in the direction of that underlying sentiment. The sentiment in this case is the green, which is bullish. So if you do it may not be as volatile as when you have everything green all through. The other one is a scenario where you have a black and a red. If it's a black and a red, it is still a sell. Again, it may not sell as much as when everything is red all through. So a black and green is a buy, a black and red is still a sell. But the best of all scenarios is to have everything green for a buy or everything red for a sell. That's the perfect scenario. But we don't know all these things until the data is released by 1:30 p.m. So let's just stay tuned and prepare ahead of the event. So I'm flipping over now to my MetaTrader. Um, okay, so I think I'm on MetaTrader now, and we want to quickly look at the instruments that will react, to this news later in the afternoon, and also generally other technical setup, that we have for today. Just a second. All right, so let's roll. So now most of the card pairs are not having any direction, ahead of this news. Many of them that I've looked at, you can't get clarity as to, what should be expected of them. Like this CADJPY, we're not having much clarity as to what price will do. Though it seems we will have a kind of a resistance here, but I want to be very cautious of that. But the one that I can see clearly with, a very clear-cut direction as we speak is the GBPCAD. Now, I've been watching this instrument for quite some time now, from last week. It was part of my instrument for analysis last week, though it did not trigger last week, but hopefully maybe the CPI will cause it to trigger, that is for the trades to go in the direction of the analysis. On the weekly time frame, we have price hit a resistance multiple times, and last week price closed on that, resistance level. That's on the weekly. And on 4 hour, we have, so that means on the weekly, we're looking for a sell. And on 4 hour, we have a rising wedge, which is equivalent to also looking for a sell. Now, on that 4 hour, we equally, now price has broken out of the trend line. So technically, we should be looking more for a sell, but there's a minor support. Now, this is a catch here. If the news comes out to favor the CAD, that is, if the actual comes out, sell, it's technically, poised for a sell. And, because in the GBPCAD, the CAD is the quote currency, not the base is the quote. So if the CAD is going bullish, GBPCAD will go bearish. So if the actual comes out greater than the forecast, GBPCAD will break out in bearish direction. It should be noted that, one should patiently wait for price to break this support zone, this rectangle box that I put here. It's better to wait for a break. But then if there's a lot of volatility, that level could easily get broken. So technically, we're looking for a bearish trade on GBPCAD if the news comes out to favor the CAD. Now, if the news does not favor the CAD, that is, if the actual comes out less than forecast, GBP could still buy also, because currently, as you can see, we have this support zone. It's support here, it's a support zone here, and it's equally a support zone for price at this place. So if the news again comes out, not to the next resistance level. And as I said, that this news, it may not necessarily depend on the technicals. If it comes out in line with the technicals, it's a plus, but it can go, anyway. So prepare for both sides. If it's CADJPY you want to trade, I thought I saw it somewhere not long ago. Okay, this is CADJPY. Now for CADJPY, price actually, touched this minor resistance level this morning. But there was a previous resistance here. And I think that should be all for now. Okay. There was a previous resistance here. Another, okay, this one didn't touch. That's the most important one that touched up there. So if price, comes out bad for the Canadian dollar, yeah, we expect CADJPY to sell because of that, resistance here. And okay, we have a support on resistance here. So if the news comes out bad for the CADJPY will likely sell because it's already at a resistance. So if CADJPY is selling, GBPCAD will be buying. You understand? And if price comes out good for the dollar and for the CAD, and CAD breaks this resistance level, in a buy, then GBPCAD will sell. So you can choose whichever one you want to focus attention on, either on the CADJPY or the GBPCAD. But for those who are new, I will advise you stick with the CADJPY for now. If the news comes out good for the CAD, then, well, we expect price to move upwards here, and if it comes out bad, we expect the price to break out in the bearish direction. So if it favors the CAD, buy CADJPY, and if it does not favor the CAD, sell CADJPY. And another one we can take a look at is the CADJPY. We normally look at both because it's easy to remember, because the CAD in these two instances is the base currency. I'm trying to search for CADJPY. I'll get it in a few seconds. Now, I don't want to talk much about USDCAD because there is a dollar news, and sometimes it's advisable to just be careful of USDCAD when there's a news that combines both the dollar and the CAD. It's not always the best to look at the USDCAD in such scenario. Now, this is a CADJPY. Okay, I think I got it a little not really mixed up in the real sense, but we're really fine. I can really discover now that we have the CAD at least hitting some resistance levels. Now we have a resistance here, we have another resistance here, and price closed at that resistance yesterday. All right, so this one is good. So if the news comes out not now, because price is technically on a resistance level, generally technically we should look for a sell. So if the news comes out bad for the CAD, that is red all through, we should look at selling both CADJPY and CADJPY, because CADJPY is on a resistance level. So if the news comes out bad for CAD, sell CADJPY, sell CADJPY. And if the news comes out to be good for CAD, you can buy same instrument also. It's CPI. Price may break, that resistance. Or otherwise, if it's good, you may also look at selling GBPCAD in such an instance. I'll repeat that now for clarity. If it's bad, if the news comes out bad for CAD, sell CADJPY and sell CADJPY, because these ones are technically bearish biased. But if the news is good for CAD, sell GBPCAD. GBPCAD has more of a bearish potential for now. So that will be my outlook for the news in the afternoon. All right, so that's it now. I will now take us through the other technical setup I have for today, which some of them I believe they should trigger in the course of the day. Some are swing, which may trigger later in the course of the week. And the first instrument I want to look at now, after all the news and everything, if that's after 1:30 or even 2 p.m. If you now find any tradable setup on USDCAD, we can now really look at USDCAD, because on the daily time frame on USDCAD, I can see that price, is trending downwards. I can see a downtrend on USDCAD, and currently price is testing the trend line. So technically, we're looking for a sell. But please, I'll emphasize this will only be traded from 2 to 3 p.m., not when the news is released, because there could be spike due to the news. It's US and dollar. It may come up with a lot of spike, but from around 2 to 3 p.m., it may be safe. If this breaks out now, then we can look at trading it. So price is trending downwards on the daily time frame, and on the 1 hour, we have price forming a rising wedge. Now you can see it's even trying to break out of the trend line. It's breaking out already, but then we'll still keep a close eye on it. So we have a rising wedge. So from the daily, we're looking at bearish. Hello, apologies. We had a network glitch. Are we still there?
Yes, we are here, Mr.
Yes,
Rotimi.
we are here.
All right. We're back now. It was a network, slight network issue. Okay, so I was talking about USDCAD that eventually, if it breaks out downwards, then we'll be looking to sell. The bias is sell. Forget what is happening now, except if the news, order upwards, then just let it be. But if it breaks out downwards, then we'll be looking at taking a sell trade. All right. Then I'm looking at the New Zealand USD today. I really don't have much of the intraday setup, but the few ones I have here, I believe they should be able to trigger. Now, this is USD, sorry, New Zealand USD rather. On the daily time frame, we can see that price, hit a support level. Price hit a support level on the daily time frame. That's the support zone. And that's where price is at the moment. Okay. So I will have a falling wedge. So technically, we should be looking at, a reversal in price in the bullish direction. So in the course of the day, just watch out for a breakout of price in the bullish direction to trigger a buy on New Zealand USD. You can use a Fibonacci to, to gauge the potential profit. Now, if you don't know how to use Fibonacci, just go to my YouTube channel. That's why I recorded some of those kind of videos. You can watch it. Fibonacci, simple Fibonacci trading strategies. I think that's the title, of that video. You can watch it and learn how to use a Fibonacci. So we can look at taking profit at around Fibonacci 50 and 61.8. So if I propose entries on Fibonacci 23.6, we can hit about 33 pips at Fibonacci 50 and about 48 pips on Fibonacci 61.8. So again, you can watch on the video. If you don't know my YouTube handle, just go to Learn Forex at Rotimi Olawale. Sorry, Learn Forex not at Learn Forex with Rotimi Olawale on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. I have a lot of educative content there. Yeah, I know I'm falling short of some videos I promised to have dropped. Sorry, I'm busy. We're having an event in Lagos this weekend, so we've had a lot of planning since last week. Yesterday, I was at the radio. Observe, I didn't take analysis yesterday morning. I was at the radio station with Zobia FM, so we're doing a lot of activities. But very soon, I will drop those videos that people requested for. So that's my YouTube handle, Learn Forex with Rotimi Olawale. You can watch video on Fibonacci, how to use the Fibonacci tool on the So I'm having a bullish outlook on New Zealand USD. And also I'm having a bearish outlook on US oil. US oil currently is looking, now on the daily time frame, we can see we have a case of a support, price breaking a support turning resistance, then we should expect a bearish, breakout from that point. So if we go to 1 hour, we have a rising wedge. Yeah, price may do some kind of a double top, then breakout. So technically, we are also looking for a bearish breakout, on US oil. All things being equal, all these breakouts should happen in the course of today because they are all, changes the market dynamics. That will happen, except that, but aside all that, we should really have this instrument breakout. Now, there's someone on the platform, I really don't know the name. This person always asks about UKOIL, and I have a setup for that person this morning on the UKOIL. I hope it's still valid. Okay, it's still very much valid. So this is UKOIL. On the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price, hit a resistance turned support level. This is a resistance. Now, price broke through that resistance, it turned support. Should expect a bullish continuation. That's on the daily. So we can flick down to 1 hour. And now on the 1 hour, we can clearly see that the last 1 hour candle was a rejection candle that bounced off on getting very close to that, resistance turned support level. And if we zoom down again to 15 minutes, we can see that we have, an inverse head and shoulder being formed. Price already broke out of the trend line. So this will lead to a bullish breakout. We also have a falling wedge. So I hold a bullish bias on UKOIL. Now, if UKOIL is your thing, that's, a setup for you. Using Fibonacci, entry can be at Fibonacci 23.6, which is just a few pips away. And you can target, Fibonacci 38, that's about 90 pips. But please, I'll sound a note of caution. If you don't trade this instrument, don't bother. This can be very volatile. For you to just major currency pairs, stick with what works for you. All these things may not work for everyone. And trading with caution with minimal lot size. But to Fibonacci 38.2 can generate as much as 90 pips. To Fibonacci 50 can generate about 164 pips. And to Fibonacci 61.8 can give about 237 pips. All right, so I hold a bullish, bias on the UKOIL. All right, so that's it on the, intraday setup. I also have set up for some swing trades, in the course of the week, not just today now, in the course of the week. Now, GBPCHF, is expected to be bearish. It's part of the instruments I analyzed in my weekly outlook. I dropped the PDF material of the weekly outlook to some of the WhatsApp groups, and I equally dropped the video for the weekly outlook on my YouTube channel. So either of the two, if you don't have access to the PDF, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the video. Some of the instruments I analyzed yesterday, they already got triggered and already eating profit, like gold. I responded to some of this gold. This morning, gold has done 85 pips, as in TP1, TP2. I think TP1 was at 29 pips, TP2 was about 55 pips. Both of them about 85 pips, between yesterday and today. So you can also use that, weekly outlook to guide you on the instruments, to trade in the course of the week. I'm trying to get GBPCHF. So GBPCHF from the weekly outlook is expected to be bearish. Just in a second, I'll get it. Okay, I found it. All right, so this is GBPCHF. We have it. It's a very perfect, rising wedge on the 4-hour time frame. Price hitting the upper trend line. Is there anything like a resistance on the daily, on the weekly? None. It actually broke above. There was a descending trend line here. Okay, I think it just broke out. It just broke out above that trend line. So we just have it as a regular rising wedge, which is still very perfect and still okay. So all things being equal, we'll be waiting for a bearish breakout, of price on GBPCHF. Now, at entry, price is expected to break out clearly below the trend line for you to enter a sell. It's a swing setup, so it may last the whole of the week. So I hold a bearish bias on that GBPCHF. And please, at the point of entry, also confirm that your RSI is clearly below 50. It's very important. That's your confirmation for a sell on GBPCHF. And another swing setup I have this week is AUDCHF. Now, this tells you that it looks like the Swiss franc, is actually very strong. If you have the corresponding pairs going weak, it means the CHF itself is strong. Now, CHF on the daily time frame, you can see what it's looking like. If you go down to 4 hour, now, sorry, what I mean is this. On the daily time frame, we actually have a resistance zone up there. And if you go down to 4 hour, we can clearly see the formation of a triple top. This is not a head and shoulder, it's a triple top, which should lead to a breakout in the bearish direction. Now, price is approaching the neckline, which is that minor support level. So once we have a new candle breakout below this minor support level, then you can trigger a sell on AUDCHF. So we hold a bearish outlook. It's a swing setup, so it may also last the whole week. We may set take profit levels, on the these lines I put. That's the next support levels, minor support levels or lows. Those could be your take profits, levels, and price could hit those levels. The first one can be 37 pips, while the second can be as much as 73 pips. That's about a potential, 100 pip opportunity right there on AUDCHF. If you want to take it a step further, I can still add a trend line, right up there. Let me clean off the lines. All right. So we have a triple top with a trend line, and we're waiting for a bearish breakout. So we hold a bearish outlook on AUDCHF. And finally, for the swing setup, we look at BTC That's the very powerful Bitcoin. Now, for my weekly outlook, we expect a bearish break on BTC Now, this doesn't negate the fact that the bull run is on. So within the bull run, there will always be retracements. So price broke out above the all-time high, last week, and was able to hit $73,000 per BTC. That's the highest BTC has ever gone ever. But then it now retraced to the old support level, the old resistance level, which is acting as a support. Two things will happen here. If price cannot break below this level, we should expect a reversal. But then if price breaks this level, we will have, a bearish breakout. But then if I go down to the 4-hour time frame, this is what I can see. And that's what I showed in my analysis. I'm seeing the formation of a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and a possible breakout if price can break this support level, because the support level now, is very close to the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern. So if price breaks below this current support level at 64,000, then the head and shoulder pattern that I'm seeing will be activated. We could see a very big fall, in BTC. But otherwise, if that doesn't happen and price decides to reverse, if it breaks up above this other level here, then the bullish trend will continue. So we're actually at the verge of a multi-direction on BTC, a head and shoulder, and a possible reversal. So if you're a BTC trader, just take note. Now, if price breaks below the neckline, except you're a swing trader, I will not advise you sell. I would rather advise you wait for a retest of that level. Maybe you use like 1 hour or 15 minutes to trigger, a continuation in the bearish direction. All right, so that's my advice and my view on BTC. All right, so I've listed all the instruments that I personally am looking at, those ones that have a perfect, setup in line with my own trading style. Now, I want you to know that any other request you are posting here is just a guide. It's not as if I'm giving 100% guarantee on them. The ones I mentioned in my analysis are the ones that have a perfect setup. Any other one, like I said, it's just a guide, because sometimes I see people post a lot of instruments. Now, it looks as maybe I didn't check them. I checked them, but I'm not seeing perfect setup on them. So I can advise you, but not really giving much, guarantees on the outcomes that you could get on them. All right. So Shadis FX and Bamdili are both asking about gold. So we look at gold. Now, my outlook for gold for the week is bullish. And if you check the weekly outlook and you watch the video, price already went bullish. Already hit TP1 at this point yesterday, TP2 at this point. Will it still continue going bullish? Well, that is if we see another bullish entry. Currently, I don't think, let me go to a higher time frame. Let me not rush. So this is actually on the 15 minutes. So let's see on the bigger time frame if we have a bullish outlook. That's 1 hour. This is 4 hour. This is daily. Okay, now from what I can see here, now if you look at this on the daily time frame, we actually can say that price, touched a minor support level here yesterday, which could lead to a bullish break. And when it touched that support, this is where price bounced off that support level. But the support level is still this line. This is still the support. the support, and price currently touched that support on this 1 hour candle. Now take note, it's exactly 8 a.m. So a new candle is formed, and the previous candle closed as a rejection candle. So that can give us a kind of a push. So what I can do now is that I can draw a trend line. That would be too far away. So the nearest trend line will touch this point here. All right, so if price breaks out above this trend line, hello, is someone speaking? So if price breaks out above the trend line, yes, you can trigger a buy on gold. Or better still, don't forget that there's equally a resistance right here. We have a minor resistance zone. So two things to contend with: price breaking the trend line and breaking that resistance zone to trigger a buy on gold. So if that happens, yes, you can buy gold. You can buy gold. If price breaks out above the resistance zone and the trend line, you can buy gold. And let's try to use Fibonacci to gauge the price movement. So Fibonacci 75.6 can give as much as about 35 pips. And the price is able to make it to Fibonacci 100. That can be like 89, 90 pips. But honestly, there are no guarantees if you get to 100. I think just put your attention more on Fibonacci 78.6, and that's just around 35 pips. That's provided price breaks out above the trend line and that resistance zone. So that's my outlook on gold for Shade, for Shade's FX, and the other person. Is US index on a bearish move, sir? Let's check it. Now, at the beginning of the week, the dollar index was not giving clarity. I didn't include this in my weekly outlook this time around. It wasn't giving clarity as to it. But I think it's beginning to look clearer, because I can say that this is looking like a triple bottom or inverse head and shoulder kind of thing, and it looks like the dollar is going up technically. Looks like, let's go to the daily time frame and see. Yeah, it's valid. Though there is a minor support here which you need to be careful of. This sharp pin bar is a minor support, so price is actually trading within that minor support zone. It's trading within it, but then it's still a reversal pattern. Let's call it a triple bottom, which could see price go up. So the dollar index is bullish at the moment. All right, Mr. Emmanuel, UKOIL NAS 100. So let's flip to NAS 100. NAS 100 hit the support zone about 2 days ago, and yesterday we saw some bounce in the bullish direction. That's on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour, we're not seeing much. On the 1 hour, we are not seeing much either. Now, if let's go down to 15 minutes. Okay, that's not even clear. Let's retain 1 hour. Now, on 1 hour, if price forms a double bottom at this current level, well, that is the only thing I can associate with what I'm seeing. If it forms a double bottom, touches that support zone, and breaks out above the neckline, then it can trigger a buy. So that's all I can see from the NAS 100 for now. If price, hits the support zone and reverses back in which case we'll have a double bottom and price breaks the neckline upwards. Then you can trigger a buy on NAS 100. That's for Mr. Emmanuel Uko. I think I've alternate to gold. I think so. I've alternate to gold. USD CAD. Mr. Samuel already mentioned USD CAD. USD CAD is technically bearish. So I will advise you don't take a trade on it till after the news in the afternoon, because the news is coming from Canada. Do we have a dollar news also? But there could be conflict. There may be spikes or anything. The news may affect the USD CAD until maybe except you see a clear sell around 2 o'clock, or better still around 3 o'clock. Then you can sell. USDJPY. Okay, we've not touched that. That's Mr. Ifeanyi. All right. USDJPY is approaching a resistance level on the daily time frame. It's not yet there. So we can't preempt the market. It's until it gets to that level before we can know the next thing to do. So we need to just patiently wait for price to get to the resistance on the daily. So if price hits this resistance and now reverses, then we can say we want to take a sell. For now, we just watch. 3 things you do in trading: buy, sell, or sometimes you just have to wait. Now that waiting part is what some people cannot bear, and they just feel like they have to trigger a trade. You don't always have to trigger a trade. Sometimes you just have to learn to wait. So let's just wait for USDJPY. There's nothing at the moment to do on that instrument. Bamidele Samson Adetiloye, what is the relationship between dollar and gold? Very simple. If you check dollar, the instruments where dollar is the base currency, like USDJPY, USDCHF, the dollar is the base currency on those instruments. Whereas for gold, gold is labeled XAUUSD, meaning that the gold is a quote currency. So if USDJPY or USDCHF is buying or going bullish, gold will go bearish, because in the 2 instruments, for the USDJPY, dollar is the base. For gold, dollar is a quote. So we say that USDJPY and gold, they are negatively correlated, meaning they go in different directions, at most of the time. They are not always going in the same direction. They go in different directions. And like I always tell people, these are some things you need to note as a trader. It can be very wrong of you to be buying gold and buying USDJPY, because they are negatively correlated. They are supposed to be going in opposite direction, not the same direction. But does it mean that they can never go in the same direction? It's possible, but on few occasions. For example, now, depending on the time frame you are trading. So if you're trading on 1 hour, it's possible to see a buy on USDJPY. And if you're looking at gold on 4 hour, you may also see a buy. In such a scenario, it's not wrong, because you are looking at different time frames. But on the same time frame, you cannot be buying USDJPY and buying gold at the same time. It will most likely lead to a loss. So I think that Bandeli has gotten that advice. All right. Shadis FX says dollar index is bullish. Thought gold will bearish. Technically, that's what should happen, but I will advise you rather wait for a clear bearish setup on gold. Don't always, people do that thing, but personally, it's not, I don't support it. I just feel that once the dollar index is bullish, just sell all the other ones where the dollar is the quote. It really doesn't work like that. You only sell the ones where you have a strong setup, because the market is more, the sentiment is more strong in that direction. So if dollar is bullish and you have a strong bearish pattern on gold, yes, but don't just say because dollar index is bullish, then automatically you can sell gold. Sometimes it really doesn't work that way. Can US index and gold move in the same direction? No, I just explained that with the USDJPY, and the gold. They should not move in the same direction at the same time, except you are looking at different time frames, except that. But on the same time frame, most likely they will not move in the same direction. You're welcome, Bamdeli. All right, Madam Onaji, is there any O for selling GBP New Zealand? Okay, so let's go there. I should caution that GBP New Zealand contains very high spread and maybe volatile sometimes, so trade it with a lot of caution. So this is GBP New Zealand on the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, price, just broke out above a resistance level. You can see that clearly. Price has broken out above a resistance level. So, and the day is still on. So what do we do? Should we enter into a buy because price has broken out? The answer is no. If you want to buy at all, the best thing to do, I'm still on daily, the best thing to do is to wait for price to return to that level, that old resistance, which now becomes a support, and wait for a continuation. That's the best thing, because you may enter a buy now and the price may reverse into a sell. So don't take that risk. Wait for a retest. Wait for price to drop to the old resistance level, which has now become a support. Then now look for a bullish move afterwards. Okay, the last I will attend to is the GBPUSD. I'm far beyond, beyond my normal analysis time. So I'll take this as the last one. GBPUSD. All right, for GBPUSD also, we don't have clarity at the moment. Though price is trending down, but that doesn't mean it should sell because we don't have a clear-cut sell, pattern. But price is currently approaching the trend line. And on that trend line, there's a possibility that can say that each time price touches the trend line, there's a bounce in the bullish direction. So the price touches it this time around, we expect a bounce in the bullish direction. So we need to wait for price to touch the trend line, and we can now look for a bullish trade on GBPUSD. So I can look for, I can draw my trend line here and draw a second one to form a falling wedge and wait for price to touch this list and now break out, in the bullish direction. So I'm bullish on the dollar, on the GBPUSD, but that's pending when price touches that trend line and now bounces back in the bullish direction. All right, that will be all for the analysis this morning. Please trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. If you joined us very late, you can just go to my YouTube channel. You can watch the whole analysis session over again. The handle is Learn Forex with Rotimi Olawale on YouTube. You can watch the analysis there and other videos. And please, when you watch my videos, kindly drop a comment. You can also share, but most importantly, make sure you subscribe and you click on the notification button so that you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. Mr. Bamidele, you can just reach out to me privately and let's have a discussion on that. All right, so that'll be all for this morning. Thanks